Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the GMologist Presents. So this is like our Friday night. I don't know. It seems like horror-themed games. I don't. Anne will correct me if this is a horror-themed game, but we're going to run Shadowdark by Arcane Library, and I'm not going to run, but my friend Anne is going to be the game master, dungeon master. What do they call it? Carcass crawler? I don't know.
Yeah,
Grave warden. I don't know
yeah.
what they
Game
call it, but
Master works. Yeah, we got.
yeah, so Anne is going to be the game master, and we have three players here tonight. Myself, I'm going to be playing Burkaz, a goblin priest. Then we have BJ.
I'll be playing Kildare, a dragonborn fiend, which is essentially a hexblade for those of you who've played 5e.
And then Amy.
I'm playing Grimbella Feist. She is the daughter of the king and the grave warden.
And she's like some weird plant thing, right?
She is part plant and can grow natural berries that heal herself while causing damage when she takes them.
Okay. All right. Well, I will share my screen. And hopefully I can figure out how to do that.
There we go.
Right. So here we are. All right. Take it away.
Okay. All right.
Anne.
Thank you, Carl. Yeah, I thought I'd show the copy of the book Shadowdark. This is the deluxe edition. It's quite a lovely book. Then we have the not so deluxe edition, which is also actually a very lovely book. So,
Wow, they're pretty thick books.
yeah. Yeah, they're and I believe the content is the same. I think the nicer book just uses thicker quality pages, and so it ends up being
nice.
a thicker book. But all right, well, I'm excited to run this this adventure for you all. So we've already introduced the characters, but first point of business is in this game there's going to be non-combat initiative, then there will be combat initiative, and I'll use Roll20 for combat initiative when we get to combat. But to start off, we'll go ahead and do the non-combat initiative, because I'm going to kind of round robin ask you guys to take turns when you make decisions in any of the non-combat exploration, and when you're making a choice of action.
Okay.
So if you all just go ahead and roll your initiative, which will be D20 plus your dexterity modifier.
Okay, I'm going to open my character so people can see what it looks like. Oh wow! I got rid of my high roll for the evening.
Okay, and I will organize the desktop here. Okay, so
I guess you're going to explain how social initiative works.
yes. So essentially the non-player, the kind of initiative, I will just be essentially we use this if there's any timers, or if you do cast spells or do anything outside of combat, we'll be using that time to track. So I will so if you have any personal timers or any effects that may be applying, or just to make sure that I move through, make sure each player has an opportunity to take an action in non-combat gameplay.
Okay.
So we've got 18 for Burkaz, and we have 13 for Grimpella, and 9. Okay. All right.
If it's easier, her friends call her Grimp.
Yes.
Plant lady.
And BJ, how did you pronounce your character's name? It was Kildare?
Kildare, yeah.
All right. So yes, since this is all your first time playing,
Mhm.
we'll go over some of the rules as we go for the most part, but some noteworthy differences to keep track of is that this game is not so specific about distance, and so in terms of combat, we just need to determine whether you're in three categories, whether you're close, and that's like for melee combat, near, or far. So we don't need to be super diligent about movement rate. You basically, in a single turn, can move from close to near, or near to close, or near to far, right? You can just move one notch during your turn. The key bit is none of you have dark vision, so that should you go into a dark dungeon, you will need torches, and those torches will last only an hour. So we'll be setting up a timer when someone lights a torch. Now, we go by we go by the if many of you light a torch, we then start the timer over again for the other torch. If you guys split the party for other reason, we'll work that out as we go. But
Mhm.
we try to keep one timer going for torchlight.
So are there any ancestries that do have dark vision?
I believe that monsters have an affinity
Oh,
for darkness, but the player characters do not.
interesting. Okay.
Ancestry be damned. So so that's kind of an important distinction of the game. Usually, the monsters you're encountering in the dungeon, it is almost presumed that most of the player characters do not have an affinity, do not dwell in the darkness on a regular basis. So those are some of the key differences. A lot of the combat checks or skill checks are very similar. You want to the higher the roll, the better in terms of checks. There will be, let me see, let me think of any other big issues. Not those. I think that we'll work any finer points out as we go from there. Um, then you guys find yourself in Fair Hollow, and I used the game book has rules for generating towns and settlements, so I just
Oh, nice.
built Fair Hollow using that. It was like you take a bunch of dice and throw it on a page and make that kind of the outline of the town, and some randomly generate the districts. And I came up with two low districts in the and I just went with it. So that's why we have the up low and the down low, because we have two lower districts,
Great.
and the slums and the market district. So this is a small town that's still in its starting stages. I've only earmarked. I randomly rolled a few locations in each of the districts. So we ended up with at least, even though it's a small town, three restaurants or inns, if you will, dining establishments and drinking establishments in the various districts. And you guys find you're in the slums, and you're at the Frog and the Rat.
Frog and the Rat.
Now, it is up to you if you'd like to decide if you guys have just never met each other before and are just out, each of you, looking for new adventures and make acquaintance, or if you want to establish that you guys have actually some friendships in the past and you're officially a party and all seeking riches and adventure.
Well, I would say,
Rebella's fine with anything, because if you guys kill things and they come to the graveyard, she's probably met you.
well, I would say Burka, since his background is banished, so I think maybe he's new to
Okay.
this town, and he is odd as a goblin in that he has found faith in the Nord pantheon.
Mhm.
So like the Norse pantheon, from what I understand. And yeah, so he doesn't really know anyone. So he's a new goblin in town.
Okay. All right. So then the rest of you, now Grimpella and Kildare, you guys are all then just happen to be in the same inn. It is a bit of it's a somewhat moderately busy evening. So the establishment is run by uh, a uh, a woman named Hesta, and she's currently busy behind the bar, grabbing some drinks. She seems to be running the bar alone tonight, and she's grabbing some drinks. And while she's grabbing drinks, she's actually has some of her own set of snacks behind the bar that she seems to be popping in her mouth as she comes and goes. So she's usually chewing on something as she runs around. So as she addresses people and welcomes people, she's always got her mouth slightly full. But she has greeted you all and is currently fetching your respective drink orders. You guys arrived perhaps in some kind of similar time frame, so you've kind of seen each other just recently arrive and take your seats. Perhaps you have taken the last table, free table. It's not a large establishment, perhaps, and so you happen to be finding yourself sharing a table. And at this point, you guys can make some small talk, or you can do whatever you wish. Burkaz, what would you like to do as you come into this establishment?
Well, I come up to the table and I ask if anyone is sitting here.
No, go ahead, sit down.
So I sit down. I
move
probably
my
ordered
leaves.
I probably ordered like a tankard of ale or whatever at the bar and have come to sit here. And I'm like, so what's fun to do around here?
I don't know. I don't normally get out of the graveyard. I come
Oh,
here because they have the best distilled water around.
Actually, this particular establishment, they their drinks are rather humble. They do have some clear spirits and swill as an option.
what
But
is
there's also
swill?
goat stew and pickled eggs and cheese and bread available here.
Okay. So Burkhouse might try to get a plate of food as well.
Oh, yeah, Hester says, all right. So, yep, we've got stew, pickled eggs, or cheese and bread. Any combination thereof. What can I get for you?
All of it.
All right, coming right up. So she goes and fetches the meal. She actually, before she leaves, because you've got, Grimpella has planted herself at the table first.
Really.
Ha.
Couldn't let that one pass me by. But she looks over at Grimpella and Kildare, have you already arrived or are you yet to arrive? Are you at the table as well?
I'm probably already at the table.
Okay. All right. So Hesta looks at both of you and says, how about you? Any of you hungry?
I'll have one of those delicious pickled eggs, but would you mind terribly if I had a piece of bread with it too?
Oh, not a problem. We can do that for you. So she goes back and actually stops before she runs off because she's where's my manners? You sir, looks at Kildare. What are you hungry at all? I didn't get your order.
Meat.
Meat. All right, goat stew it is. And she goes back and she goes back into the kitchen to fetch the goods for her, and she'll be back in a few minutes. So, all right, Kildare, is there anything you particularly want to do after you placed your food order while you're waiting for your food to come up?
Oh. Well, I would probably want to figure out what a goblin is up to if he's new in town. Seeing if he's assessing if he's any trouble. So, just asking him, where are you from? How long have you been here? Where are you going?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Because I am from, I name a geographical location that's probably like the hills that goblins infest.
Yeah.
But I do not see things like my brethren, so they kicked me out. So now I am here. Maybe you see things more similarly to what the gods have shown me.
Hmm.
Because unlike my brethren, I respect law and order.
Well, that's good to know.
All right, a thoughtful goblin. Very nice. Okay. And Grimp, do you have anything particular you wish to do?
No, I think she would probably pick a couple of thorns off of her arms so that they don't get poked when they sit down, and pretty much she's trying to hide who she really is. I mean, obviously she's a plant as well as a human, but she would make sure that her Sith is a little hidden and that her dagger is kind of out of sight.
Okay. All right. So as you guys kind of just observe, soak in the inn and your surroundings, you guys can go ahead and make a wisdom check while you're sitting there.
Is that just a D20 or do we roll on?
Yeah, it will be a D20 and any wisdom modifiers you have.
Okay. Oh, I wonder, is it linked in the? I'll look if it's linked. Oh, it is. So I can just roll it from the
Yeah.
from here.
Okay. All right. So we've got so actually all of you actually hear various people chatting at other tables, and various folks are gossiping about a set of ruins, some old ruins that are not far from, probably a day's walk from Fair Hollow. And they mention it's been there for years, but that there are rumors that there's potential for treasure. It apparently is an old citadel, and it's rife with secret rooms and passageways. That's what Burkaz hears on part of it. And we have Grimpella. You hear that ancient kings who dwelt you hear about the citadel also, but ancient kings possessed magical weapons that were feared far and wide. And Burkaz, you hear that there's a savage minotaur drenched in blood that stalks the citadel's halls.
Hmm.
So all of you hear this from different directions as people are telling various stories about it.
So I kind of things that maybe these my new companions did not hear, I share with them about these ruins laden with treasure. Guess a lot of good could be done with treasure.
Bella will agree, and she'll be like, if I could get one of those weapons from my dad, maybe, just maybe, I won't always have to be at the graveyard.
That doesn't sound pleasant.
Well,
Unless you like it.
I mean, look at me. I'm a plant.
Well,
I do not like the idea of a minotaur that could escape at any minute and wreak havoc.
She'll tell you guys that she's learned a new spell that if she touches something, she can bring it to life and then it becomes a skeleton, and it might be really fun to watch it run down the halls.
That does not sound fun at all. That does not sound fun.
The things you find out when you're just getting to know someone. All right, here we go.
Too much time in a graveyard.
But that minotaur does seem a danger.
Yes.
Well, fortunately, hasn't made it out here. And so Hesta, just as you guys are having this topic conversation, Hesta comes. Her arms are laden with the platters of the food you ordered. She sets it down. There you go, loves. Let me know if you need anything else. And she moves on to help someone else and take their order. Welcomes a newcomer coming in the door. All right, so
Grumpella's gonna announce that this young lady, she's done such a great job. I feel like I should give her a whole silver piece.
Oh.
Yeah. What is the economy like? Is it gold or it's silver? I guess we're in the slums, so
yeah.
I don't know if you want to be throwing gold around.
Yeah, this is definitely poorer, but in terms of yeah, I could assume that there's that things are modestly priced here and affordable. So a silver piece is probably still a nice tip.
I thought that would be nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be very nice. So do you throw her a tip right now, or are you just planning on leaving her a tip when you leave?
I'll give it to her before I leave.
Okay.
Because where we are, I don't expect that if I leave it on the table, she's going to get it.
Okay. Got it. All right. So with that, Carl, is there anything? So you guys have your food. Do you want to do anything else in the inn in particular?
No, what time of the day is this, like evening or?
It's evening. So if you guys have arranged for modest lodging, or if you want to camp outside of town.
No, I mean, I hope I've arranged for lodging.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. And
and then-
there's modest common they have this is the slums area, so there are a few other inns you might be able to find if you want to go maybe higher quality elsewhere in town, but there are modest accommodations here, so that like common rooms with multiple beds that you can crash out on.
Mhm.
Rebella's fine with that because she hangs out in the slums because it's so vastly different than what she's used to that she feels more at home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, companions, by happenstance, perhaps we should go to this lost citadel and see what we can see. If we run into the Minotaur, well, perhaps deal with it or run.
Or I could have the skeleton fight it.
However,
There's a plan. Any of these locations sell armor or weapons here in town?
So the place Royal Finery is the closest approximation. It's kind of by now, since this town doesn't have a lot of the market district isn't very big,
Mhm.
but it does have some common goods that you can buy. You can buy some common
Okay.
goods there.
Check it. Stop by there in the morning on the way out.
Okay. All right. So that will work. Okay. So Grimpella, did you have anything in particular that you wanted to do, or you've agreed to travel? You guys have places worked out in terms of where you want to stay?
I'm assuming she'll just grab a room there.
Yeah.
And under the table, she's going to give her the silver piece and maybe 2 silver pieces to cover the rooms for these 2 as well.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And she's like, oh, well, thank you, dear. That's mighty nice of you. I have she, because you because you gave her the tip, she says, here, I'll escort you guys to a room. I'll take you to a slightly better common area, little shared room. And so there's like a little a shared room, but it's actually private from the mainstream common sleeping area. This is somewhat like a hostel, imagine, but so she takes you to a room that actually has four beds in there. And it's got an attached little washroom. And she has an assistant bring up some water for you guys to wash up and things like that if you so desire.
okay.
And she leaves you guys to your evening.
Thank you very much. You have my gratitude.
Oh, and you have mine. Come again, and good luck in your adventures. So she leaves you guys alone.
Yep.
And you guys, unless there's anything you want to take care of before you guys go to sleep, and go ahead and go
I
and go to bed.
I don't think so. We just go to sleep.
Time will pass. You guys get up in the morning.
Mhm.
And we had one request to go to the Royal Finery. Did all of you want to tag along on that? And
Yeah, I don't think Burkhouse has any money to spend on fancy armor, but he'll tag along.
I mean, Grimpella will go, but before they leave out, she would like to see if they have any tea in the morning or any like little eggs they can take with, just something to eat in the morning.
Yeah, she can. Hesta can pack you a to-go sack of a jar of her pickled eggs and some of her cheese and bread.
That'd be perfect because Grimpella can imagine that if we just take off, even though it's not very far away, we need some substance.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think. Yeah, Burkhouse has a few things.
Yes.
I have a 10-foot pole, a bag of caltrops, but I do not have any rations, so that's probably a good thing. But
Okay, so it's a jar.
I have no dungeoneering equipment whatsoever.
Okay. Well, so yeah, you guys, when you guys get up, and you can get some, I guess the food that you ask for, Grimbella, how many portions did you want? She'll
3.
sell you. What was that?
3, and she's willing to pay for it.
Oh yeah. So so she'll sell you some of those goods, and if you want 3 servings of it, then you get it's I think a silver piece for the lot for
Okay.
that. And did the rest of you wanted to get anything to go from the
She'll give her 1 extra silver piece too, because that makes my numbers easier over here.
How much was the meal for last night? Did we pay for that?
Oh,
I paid for it.
yeah, she took for it was part of the she might have since you got a tip, it was not very much. It was probably 3 copper a piece or something like that, roughly for your
oh well,
goods. It was very affordable.
there's a kind of part of town we want to stay in.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's good for the person starting out, the starving student or starting
Mhm.
adventurer.
which is
So
not
yeah.
really Grimpella, but she feels as though her background has given her enough money that she can afford to be generous, but she doesn't want to be taken advantage of, so she chooses when it happens.
No, very nice. So you can get some of the foodstuffs that the frog and the rat purveys for the road. But and if all of you want to do that and be, you can get 3 days worth of pickled eggs and cheese and bread for
Sounds
a
good.
silver piece if you want to.
For a silver piece.
Mhm.
So that's like 3 days of rations.
Yeah.
Nice. For a
Um,
silver piece, right?
Yeah, and it's more affordable than the typical, I guess, rations. I mean, it's really 3 meals, so it's not like 3 days of rations, but it's 3 meals. So it's one
Yeah.
silver piece for 3 meals. But
Okay.
the rations, I think there's a crawling kit. When you go to the Royal Finery, in the market district, they will have more outdoorsy packets, more preserved rations, some dried meats and some things that are known to stay longer. That you can get 3 rations for 5 silver pieces, and those rations take a gear slot, I guess, when you in terms of keeping track of your encumbrance. So.
Oh, I already put the pickles and stuff in there. Was I not supposed to?
You can. We'll work through that. But yeah, this game does have some encumbrance rules, so that's kind of unique because I think D&D it's not as rigorous.
Right. So how many days is it there and back?
It's a day's walk, so
Okay.
it'll take you a day to get out there
And is it 1 to 10 for gold to silver?
yeah.
Okay.
Do they have like any weapons or shield or I doubt they have chainmail armor here. I can't even afford that. But like, do they have any shields?
So let's see. We will we'll see what their odds of that are. So so yeah, they happen to have a shield in stock. And it is it's not it's a used shield. It's or is one of the one of the proprietors of the shop says that it's like new.
Like
Yeah.
new. Always a good sign.
Yes. So we have it's run by we've got this is Philip King. He's the proprietor. He welcomes you and says like, oh yes, we happen to have we just recently acquired this shield and it's still in working order, but you can see a few a few slices and scratches on the shield. Not like through the integrity of the shield is not violated, but it looks like it's been hit a few times. So it's done the job. But how we have this one available for 8 gold pieces.
I'm gonna see if I can bargain with him a little bit.
All right.
I get advantage on, I have this wicked tongue ability, advantage on any negotiation, intimidation, persuasion, or misdirection.
Okay. All right. So
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
ask him, can you take a little less for that?
Go ahead and make a charisma roll there. There we
Oh, 20.
go. Ooh, very nice. Well, I suppose I could offer it to you for I could let it go for 6 gold pieces.
That sounds like a fair deal to me.
All right. Okay, so you have a shield.
You said that this is the place I would buy meats and water as well, or somewhere else?
Like packaged, right? Prepackaged meals.
Yep, Philip says we do have some travel rations available here. Some hardtack and some dried meats.
Yep. So I do buy 3 days of rations. That
Okay.
already took care of that.
All right, so that's 5 silver pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And milady, for the lady, what can I get you?
I'll do. It's 5 silver for 3 days.
Yes.
Okay, and how much would it be for that plus maybe some water?
So let's see. So with let's see, we've got, is that even, do they even have like a canteen or a water skin? Backpack, flint, steel, rations, maybe?
I guess you have canteens, but get water.
Yeah, it's not even like a basic gear listing. So you know what? You have yeah, you have it. You have some water that and some kind of a vessel for it, a water skin that you can carry with you.
Okay,
But yeah, I don't even see it on the list of gear.
interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
So that gives me basically 6 rations of food. She'll feel comfortable with that.
Oh, so rations do include 1 day of food and water supply for 1 person. So it's all in there. Yeah, you're good.
Okay,
The
good.
bottled water.
Yeah, little Ozarka, to go with there. But yeah,
Ozarka to
you
go.
have what you need. Enough water for 3 days, and enough food for 3 days.
All right, good. She feels good about that.
All right. Is there, and Philip looks at y'all. Well, I'm glad you guys came by. Is there anything else I can get you?
How about you, Burgess?
I think I'm fine. I have, the power of my deities and a shield, a mace. Well, it's kind of a club with spikes, but what passes for a mace and goblin tech, and a small dagger to eat. I think I am good.
Okay.
Okay.
Most of my backpack is empty, so therefore it will be filled with gold and treasure.
I see.
Very nice. Okay. All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and buy 2 torches.
Okay. Very good, sir. And of course, that takes apparently 2 torches takes up 2 gear slots. So and
Oh,
that'll
wow.
be so that'll be we sell these gold torches for a gold piece, 2 for 1 gold piece.
Okay.
Jeez. Expensive for a stick
Spending
with
the
pitch
money
on it.
over there.
Yes.
She thought she was the only one.
Yes.
How close are we to the castle? Not really, right?
So you guys are within a day's walk, not a normal walking distance.
Mhm.
It would not be on the way to where we're going.
Where? What? Oh, what castle were you talking about?
She wants to go talk to the king before she leaves so that
Oh, so you are, I guess, in terms of the king of this, there's no king of the town, but I suppose the castle isn't necessarily on the way to the citadel. But it's I mean, if you guys want to take some extra time and you wanted to visit the king, you could. We will cobble together some kind of story about the king randomly to if you need some details. But you absolutely, because you want to visit your dad before you go adventuring.
well, I just don't want him to show up at the graveyard and I'm not there.
Oh yeah,
So
that
I
would.
just basically wanted to get a message to him saying that I had to check on something that I heard about in the town. There's two people going with me, so no need to alert the guards. My second is in charge while I'm gone, type of thing.
Okay. Yeah, and I can, we can certainly establish that you were planning on going seeking adventure so that you're off on a planned little fandango already.
Okay, she's on vacation.
Yeah, you're on a yeah, you're it's the opposite of a it's a vacation, but it's a adventurecation or something. Yes, you're going off on a little walkabout.
Okay.
Um, okay. With that, with that, you guys, do you have anything else you want to do in town before you embark?
I don't think so. I mean, I guess she could stop off and get a pruning before she goes, since she doesn't have hair, but she just wants to look nice.
Okay.
Because if she's gonna represent the town, how
Gotta look nice
fathers
for the
can be.
Minotaur.
When he
No,
chops you in half.
no, I don't plan on dying. It's just Dad is very adamant that when you leave the city, you don't look like you just got pulled up by your roots. It's another plant joke for you there, Anne.
Yes. Very
Plant
good.
puns too.
Yes. Excellent. Okay. All right then. If you guys are ready to go, we'll have you begin to travel.
Okay.
And we'll do some checks here. So as you embark, you guys got all your gear, and it's actually, let's see, in terms of weather, it's actually a pleasant day. The sun is out, no storms or clouds. And we'll check for some encounters. So the first part of third of your adventure, after you're leaving, after you kind of got an early start, went to the shop as soon as they opened. So it's still mid-morning when you depart.
Mhm.
The first third of your adventure is fairly uneventful. I mean, you might see some of the local fauna frolicking about here and there as you walk. You take the directions. You did manage to find some general directions of where the citadel was, and in terms of the proximity and how to get there. So you have some landmarks to get there. And again, no major incidents the first third of the trip.
That's nice.
In terms of the you guys, if you guys get hungry, you might want to stop for lunch at some point. You manage to find perhaps an idyllic stream somewhere along the way, and a nice area to little clearing where you can actually have a nice picnic. The roads do not seem to be particularly well traveled today. Yeah, you don't see any massive amounts of business. You may have seen like a few passerbys with wagons and things like that, but very cordial experience so far. So, after lunch, you guys, let's see. Uh,
Oh, I need to take one of my rations off if we had lunch.
let's see. Oh, I'm checking out this tool for an encounter generator, but let me get the book open for this.
I'm gonna roll an attack just to make sure my damage works to see if this
Okay.
works like it's supposed to, because yes, it does. Okay.
All
I-
right.
My sword, my melee attacks ignite when I attack with fire.
Oh,
So
wow.
I was making sure I could put the fire damage on there, and it'll roll them both. It looks like it did. So,
Okay.
yep, there we go.
Okay. So you do so yeah, that all works. Now so as you're after lunch and you carry on, it's now creeping into mid-afternoon. And go ahead and make some perception checks or wisdom checks. As you guys are walking along.
She's pretty clueless, I think.
I
Oh,
didn't see anything.
oh, it's lovely. And
Breckaz is always looking.
okay, so Burkaz, you were being a little particularly vigilant, and you actually what you see off actually you see this far away, so it's not close or near, and
It's far.
yes, yeah, the distance is far, so it's basically not immediate. So you're actually don't you're not coming upon them suddenly, and you see this creature before they see you. But in the distance, you see you see approximately, let's see, actually, or specifically, you see four giant beetle-like creatures, and they're rolling manure towards a towering pile in the distance. And you see them before they see you.
I go, oi! I let the other two people know. Dung beetles.
Does it look like there's anybody that's been dead or buried nearby, like even in the forest?
From this distance, you cannot see any detail that looks. There's no indication from this distance that that's the case.
Because I was wondering if I could call on the undead to come and protect me.
I think I would like to try to avoid them if we can. Since
They work for me.
do they really work for you?
Yes, they do. It's a grave warden thing.
So you're gonna go and try to talk to those things?
I don't know that it's necessarily talking, but it says
I say we avoid them.
once a day you seize control of any number of undead. Their
They're not
total
undead.
LD cannot exceed your own. Undead have to make a DC 12 charisma check to resist me.
I don't think they're dead. They're just
Yeah,
big bugs.
Yeah, they're bugs. They're not undead.
All right.
I say we avoid them because you never know. I don't want to be rolled up in the poop and, rolled around by these creatures. I say we avoid them.
I'm fine with that.
Me too.
All right. So go ahead and make a dexterity check.
I mean, I was hoping to cast a spell, but I'm not close enough.
Ugh.
Grimbella is all about the ducks.
Mhm.
She might not be astute to what's going on because she was looking at the bugs, but
Okay. So let's see how the good news is that you guys are able to with the help of your compatriots, they help you start to stumble, but they help guide you to a direction that gets you kind of the other side of some trees. You're able to leverage some brush or something to avoid the beetles, and they seem to be focused on what they're doing. They seem to
That's
be
good.
nesting, so you're able to avoid that. So the rest of your trip is again without any significant incident. Is there anything you guys wish to talk with each other about before you guys approach the Citadel?
I think
I'd
the
say
only thing Grimpella would say is that, I heard a rumor that there's king's treasure in there, and the crown that my father wears is hideous. Doesn't match anything he wears, and it just a better one would be nice for him.
so I say that is nice. I do not know what kings. I know goblin kings. They wear crowns of bones or worse, maybe beetle shells. Hmm. In any case, I prayed to the gods, and they have given me the ability to pray for healing, for light, and to turn the undead. So hopefully none of your creations get out of line, Miss Grimpella.
You can call me Grimp for short if you want.
Yes. Okay.
My father named me Grimpella because my mom was a tree and he was grimpy about it,
So your
Yes.
father rubbed up against the tree.
I don't know how it happened. It's mysterious.
Okay.
Yes.
Just don't
Okay.
eat the berries. That's all I ask.
I will not.
Okay, so you actually approach so as you are arriving at the Citadel, you are approaching it from the south. You hear cicadas buzz in the arid scrubland around the area. There's you see thick sandy blocks and coral red columns holding up tiered rooftops that are roughly 30 to 40 feet high and flat. And so you when you approach, let me move page here. And let's see, it's dark to you guys, so let's see how fog of war works. All right, so
You have to give us vision and then
yeah,
that kind of stuff.
yep, yeah, we'll get the characters here. So you guys are it's
We don't want me to pause while we figure this
no,
out.
we've got this. So let me double check on this. So you, when you come from the south, and let me get your characters on the board here. I think I got Burkaz there. Go and Grimpella. So do you guys, if you go scroll down to the bottom of the map, do you see anything on the bottom of the map? No? Okay, so
Nope.
then this is where I probably need to give you guys some vision. Let's see. So dynamic lighting, vision is on. We'll give you token emits light. Say
If we're at the dungeon entrance.
you are approaching the building from the south, and so let me see as I give. So
I see
Carl,
something.
yes, I've given you vision, Carl. So I think I'm gonna have to do this for each player. I am not sold on these changes for Roll20.
Okay, I can see down at the bottom of the map.
Yep, what's down here?
Yes. Okay. Right, and let's see, I think Burkhan, let's see.
But I can't click on my token.
Let's see. Oh, let's see, let me zoom in here because I had it zoomed out. So let's check on your token. Let's see what's going on with that. Okay. I need to reset permissions on the token because this is a new screen. So
That's bizarre.
let me fix that. And so I'll you're also, if you want, you should be able to edit the tokens now. And actually, if you want your name to display, Carl's is the only one that's working right. For some reason, yours are need to be fully recustomized. So
No, I see Keldar. I see Keldar's, but I don't see my stuff.
what do you not see?
I don't see the name and the
Yeah.
hit points.
Oh, interesting. So
Yeah.
I see your name, but
I see Grimpalla's now.
I clicked your nameplate. Let me.
I
But
had
yours
to
is the
click on
one.
it and put it all in.
Yeah, but Carl's is the only token that I can't change your permissions for.
That's bizarre.
So
Let me see if there's a edit that I can do.
let's see, update default token, save.
No, you select token.
Maybe this is a great place for us to take a quick break and our watchers can hit that thumbs up button and subscribe.
Oh, I like your classic monster manual goblin.
Yeah, it's old school, right?
Yeah, that's nice.
The monster first edition. Yep.
All right, let's take like a 5-minute break. I got it for like an hour and a half or so. So
Okay.
we'll pause recording and be right back. It'll be
Sounds
like a few
a plan.
seconds for everyone.
All right.
That was like seconds. We were gone for so long. But for you watchers and listeners, it was just a few seconds.
Yes. All right. So you guys are approaching the building from the south. And of course, we already mentioned cicadas are buzzing around. You see you walk across the building and you do manage to see some doors on the southeast of the map. And we will
So like this direction.
So if you see here, this is
okay. Fantastic.
Right here is where you see those doors. So
at the end of this,
yes,
right where we're standing, or at the end of that. Okay.
Yeah, you see the doors there in the distance as you approach. So
just a paved walkway, or is this like a bridge?
This is a paved walkway.
Okay.
So you are, let me see if there's any additional discussion. So you see, it is a paved walkway. You see it is carved with bucking bulls along the walls in mid-leap.
Any significance of bucking bulls?
So not that you're inspired by memory of. I don't think you know too much about the area. I think you may have I don't think you've heard of any information actually that would help you understand that anymore. But obviously whoever built this place seemed to be fond of bulls.
Okay.
Okay. So, as you, let me see what we have here.
I don't think my deity would know anything.
Yes.
I'm looking.
So, you approach the doors. Yeah, at this point, go ahead and tell me what you guys decide to do, what you want to do here.
I think
First of all, is this a dark corridor or is there light?
At this point, since it's it is kind of dusk, so it is dim at this point.
Okay.
You want to camp outside before we go in, or might as well go in, or how are we feel? Taking us all day to get here? Has it taken us?
That's not what Grimpella was concerned about. She just was wondering if she should take her torch out and light it.
Probably not yet, right? If we go inside and there's no light.
Yeah, each torch lasts an hour, so you probably want to be, you don't want to necessarily, I don't think, it's not dark here that you're ready for it, especially if you decide that maybe you are, after walking, all day, that you do want to take, some sort of rest.
Right.
Yeah, let's rest for the night.
Yeah.
So yeah, and you're able to find a camp. Do you guys want to have like a watch rotation or?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. So maybe
Well, Grimpella says she can take the midnight shift because she's used to having to protect the graveyard anyway. So
Okay.
yeah, I'll take first shift.
Okay.
Okay. So the Grimpella, you were going to take the middle shift. Is that what you meant? The midnight shift?
Well,
Yeah,
just
middle
whatever.
shift.
Yeah, middle shift. Okay, so
Yeah.
first shift goes to Burkaz. Okay. And then by extension, I guess third shift goes to Kildare, right? So
Okay.
okay.
Is he okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So first shift begins, and you find a camp spot that's probably a little bit of a ways from, not a distance, but maybe 100 feet or so from the building entrance where you guys were. You're able to find an area that has some degree of cover, but you can still see the citadel from a distance and whatnot. So first shift, you start to hear the various bugs and birds and night creatures do their nightly activities. You don't see any movement, any obvious movement at night around the exterior of the citadel during this time. And your shift passes without incident. I presume you might set a fire, campfire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then I wake up Grimpella.
Okay. She's
Go to sleep.
Yes.
Stretches her vines out and she's ready to go.
All right. So you're sprawled out, ready in your element, so to speak. Again, the night starts to get a little cooler. Again, owls, you hear maybe in the distance, various creatures could be hunting, maybe the occasional sound of some sort of small feral animals engaging in the hunt, but nothing that approaches near the camp, and no disturbance, so that passes without incident. And your shift is complete, so you can wake up Kildare.
Kildare. She'll just tap him with a finger. She doesn't want to poke him or anything.
All right. So Kildare, your shift also passes without incident. You do get to enjoy the dawn. It actually looks like it's going to be a bit of an overcast day. So it's a little bit chillier than it was yesterday. And clouds kind of cover the sun here and there. But otherwise, no incidents during your watch. So morning comes, you guys can have your breakfast as you see fit, and proceed.
Okay.
I'll take my ration off.
Yep. So we lose a ration, yeah.
Okay.
Well, she'll share around her. She has the jars of eggs and a loaf.
Well, we all got some of that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, she's still gonna offer.
I got it.
Fine.
I appreciate the sharing, but so I guess Burgaz is gonna slowly walk through here. Just FYI, the goblin does have keen senses. It says can't be surprised. I don't.
Ah, very nice.
So he's gonna look at the bowls and carefully walk through. I guess he's kind of looking for like holes or anything, But being a goblin, he knows goblins aren't the only ones who are tricksy and have traps. But if nothing happens, he'll approach the doors and try to listen.
Yeah. So yeah, there are nothing, you don't see any traps or any indication of that. And so yeah, you're at the doors. And again, they are they're just large stone doors. It looks like they do have some indentations where you can kind of that serve as the place where one might open the door. You can have or some handles that you can but it looks like it's a push inward
Okay.
door.
I listen first anyway. So listen.
All right. So yeah, make a wisdom check with any applicable bonuses.
No.
Okay. All right.
So this character sheet, you created this character sheet?
So no, this was actually one of the free resources that the
Oh,
Shadow
nice.
community provided for. So I just
Very cool.
I was essentially, you can it directed me to like a GitLab repository, and I could just copy the code into the character sheet within the game to have a custom character sheet. So
Nice. That's really cool.
I'm glad to see it's working great because I
It
just
works well enough. Yeah.
yeah, I didn't do
Simple
it.
enough. It works well enough.
Yeah.
Can see stuff. That's good. All right.
Yeah. Awesome.
Well,
Yeah, you can send us a
Gravella
link for that maybe.
Okay.
So that's not right now, but you can send us a link and we can put it, for our watchers.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay.
So do I hear anything? Sorry.
You do not hear anything at this point. So let's see.
I think Amy wanted to say something too before we.
Yeah.
What was that?
All right, keep going.
Okay.
Okay.
Does anyone else want to do anything before attempting to open the doors? Is it just going to be Bernard?
I'm gonna also listen just to see if I
Okay.
hear anything.
Okay.
Gravella wants to use one of the traits of her being a grave warden and call 4 undead to come go with us.
Okay. And
'Cause
how?
they'll fight on my behalf, but they'll also carry the torch if I need them to. And
Oh, very handy. Okay.
How long does that last?
grave warden claiming undead.
I think you can click on it. The post, it says post.
Does it? Because
You put
I
the
didn't know where to put it. I put it
the
everywhere.
description. Okay.
Yeah, there's really nowhere for traits, so I put it over here under spells, but it's not really spells. It's a trait.
Okay. I don't know how long it lasts. Okay.
Oh,
Once a day, but I don't know how long it lasts. It's a trait.
Until they go away.
Okay.
okay.
But they can resist it, but it doesn't say on there. It didn't say anything. Let me see if it says anything else here.
Is this wasn't Corpse Companion that you did that you're using or claim
No, it's a trait of
Oh, but it's from the
grave
Corpse
warden.
Companion book. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It's part of her being what she is.
okay.
It's listed as a trait. The corpse companion is an actual spell.
Okay.
It says claim undead. Once a day you can seize control of any number of undead. Their total LV cannot exceed your own. Undead make a DC 12 charisma check to resist. It doesn't say how long they last. Just I guess they're with me for the day. Or until they get killed.
Okay, let's see.
I guess it just means if there are any undead in the area, which would be.
I can call them. However many there are, I can either set the number or call them. That's how I'm taking it. It says control
Well, I don't know
any
what LV
number
is.
of undead.
It says LV. It can't be total.
Level.
Oh, okay. So you can have like one or a couple small ones, I guess.
Yeah. I was trying to
So
look because
there-
I haven't read up on the unnatural selection yet because this is where this character's from. So it wasn't a class talent, was it?
I think that's what it is.
Listed as a trait.
It says a class trait,
So-
probably.
Well, they
Yeah.
don't have traits. They have spells. They have rare language, you have class options. They have a Grave Warden spell book. Maybe it's, let's see, what was your ancestry again that you chose?
My ancestry, I have to look it up, is
Sylvarin.
Sylvarian.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we go.
I'm a
So-
botanical being with leaves, vines, and or berries growing from their humanoid forms.
Must be a
Okay.
spell then.
No, it
Uh.
doesn't say spell. Spell casting is different.
Yeah.
It's not listed under that. It says your, well, I guess being the Grave Warden gives me necrotic reap, so you can cast touch spells through a Sith and add +1 to spell casting bonuses to touch spells. That's just part of what I am, and then claim undead.
Yeah, it's just a class ability listed as their standard.
Yeah, I was looking at the character generator because I haven't looked at the
They stuck it on there. I didn't make this thing.
Yeah.
Once per day, you can see it's on the preview for.
Oh, it's claim undead. You can seize any number of undead. Their total. Oh, so here's the thing. It's seizing. It's not summoning.
Okay, so
So there's currently no undead around you.
But I guess if we run into some, you can grab them.
Yeah, you
And I
might
can
be able
grab
to. And so
And then I'll turn them. So ha.
don't do that. And I guess she'll come up here and go with these guys.
yes. So yeah, if we come across some undead, we'll deal with that. Because
Yep.
yeah, the total level cannot exceed your own. So I don't know if there's some kind of quarter level undead, but we'll get to that when we get there. So back on the map. So
So if we don't hear anything,
you guys do not hear anything.
then we'll you say they push in.
Yes, you can push the doors in.
So who's gonna hold the torch?
I thought you didn't want me to light a torch.
You can
Well,
light a torch. Now
Now
you
you
can.
can. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we're gonna open the doors and I'm gonna assume it's gonna be dark.
Okay. I guess I'll take one out of my pouch. I'm assuming that I can keep using the torches though, right?
Well, they
So-
go away. Right?
Yeah, they do. They go away. They're finite. So you guys will be sharing light sources. But this one is going to last for an hour of game time.
Yep.
So,
I'll take it out of my bag then and
Okay.
light it.
we'll have you light the torch, and I've got a timer started right now. You light the torch and you push and then Bergaz and Kildare, you guys are pushing both doors open, or
Yeah, with the shield up, push the doors open.
Okay.
I think we should point out for the people watching that in Shadowdark, that's an hour of game time. Like she just started. It's not like the DM tracks turns like you would in old school D&D. It's like as a player, you've got like an hour on the clock till your torch runs out.
Yep. Yes.
So
Yeah.
don't goof around because the clock doesn't stop.
Yep, I'm keeping a
Yep.
timer. So,
All
so yes, be economical with your choices. So, you open the door and of course, Grimpella is brandishing the torch. So light is spreading into this chamber here that you opened up. You notice moving the torch around a bit that there's floor to ceiling murals painted in vibrant jewel tones. You see there's red pillars in the center of the chambers, and what you can see, these are the pillars. And they are tapered, banded in black marble at top and bottom.
Wow.
Very pretty.
Is there anything? I guess Burkhouse is going to take a look at some of the murals. I guess they go all the way around, so he's going to look at this
Okay.
wall.
Okay. So there is
Yeah, I guess he's going to look at murals here over here. We can,
okay.
as long as the light. I guess the light fills the whole room.
And it's not like super bright, but but it is you can see some dim light on the wall. So as you move around, to get the clearer view, you're gonna have to move around the room a bit. There is I'm looking here on this map. Let me double check here. Let's see.
No doors there.
Well, this looks like a door over here, Carl.
Yeah, this is,
Oh,
looks
so
like
tell
the-
me, in what direction are you looking at the walls as you're walking around the room?
I will go clockwise starting over here,
Okay.
unless it suddenly doesn't make sense. Like this is the end. So
Yeah, so you're walking kind of clockwise
yeah.
around.
Yeah.
So as you get to so again, you see people on the murals, you see people in white robes
Mhm.
kneeling in a room of red pillars before a colossal onyx bull with horns lowered.
Hmm.
And
We don't see a bull in this room though, right?
so I believe you y- you do not see beyond the murals. You have it looks like it's a drawing, a mural of a bull statue
Mhm.
there. And as and go ahead and make a wisdom check.
You're gonna get eaten by a bull on a wall.
Ooh, that's not good.
At least it's not a 1.
Well, it's a 7 and then
All right, so you do manage on the mural where the statue of the bull is drawn. You find a hidden little niche there, um, and you find a silver inlaid bullhorn.
We'll come over here, hopefully not inside of the pillar so that you have the light to see it.
yeah. I go, hey, I found something.
And probably that, and it's around here where you probably see that big mural of the big bull statue along the wall.
All right.
Now,
You're not gonna be able to see it if you go over there, locked away from the light.
Well, I find it over here. But I mean, I guess if we're going in social combat order, then Grimpella can do something and then
yeah.
That's
Grimpella, is
my
there
thing.
anything you want to do?
Well, I mean, did he find it over here or did he find it over here?
Like
You
where I'm
guys
at
find
over
you
here.
guys find the bull statue on them. You see a lot of the murals around the wall, but this is where it's found.
Okay, she'll walk around and see if she sees a niche somewhere like maybe over here. Somewhere he hasn't looked yet.
Let's see. So what you notice is you manage to see in the northeast corner as you're looking, you see on the ceiling, you see what looks like an ettercap.
Oh,
And she's trying to hide away, but I guess she notices that you noticed her. But she just kind of backs away into the corner.
Can I approach her?
it's on the ceiling, right?
Yeah, she's on the ceiling. Do you have a way to climb?
I guess you're over here.
Most likely not. But I will say, I'll talk to her and say, don't go away. Please stay.
Let's see if let's see. Can't remember if the ettercaps speak common or not.
Well, she speaks common, primordial, Sylvian, and it says +1 rare language. I don't know what that would be.
Okay.
Speak common, goblin, and primordial.
Um,
No, I don't have goblin for primordial.
Yeah.
And 1 rare language.
it's a spider folk.
Mhm.
I don't let me. It's a good question. I guess they yeah, I don't think it's I suppose she I guess I'm gonna assume they do kind of maybe this is a humanoid creature in terms of, even though it looks like a spider folk, that it might be able to understand something, but she doesn't you're trying to be friendly, but she just kind of looks at you and just kind of squeaks a bit, I guess, in terms of a response. But she slowly kind of backs away over to the wall. Maybe she is probably moving closer to this direction.
That's
Oh,
weird.
and Kildare, oh, you're saying your screen is blanking out?
Yeah, I had my computer kind of froze up for a second, so I kind of missed that entire description of what the Ettercap was doing.
Okay. So the Ettercap was essentially up in the northeast corner, not really, kind of trying to cautiously back away from you guys. Is not hostile, but kind of moving towards this exit on the right here.
Okay.
But definitely keeping our eyes on you and not trying to attack, but cautious.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move over to the exit because if she's heading that way, eventually I'll get to talk to her again.
So as you move towards the exit, she moves back away towards the corner for now, and she'll just sit there up on the wall.
Grimpella will just put her hands up and say, I'm not here to hurt you.
And she just kind of turns her head and looks at you, but doesn't really engage otherwise. Kildare, anything you want to do?
I'll walk over by Grimpella and also try to talk to the Ettercap.
All right, so
I can try to be a little more
Sure.
persuasive, or
so you guys are both trying to talk to the Ettercap. The Ettercap just moves onward. Let's see. Let me see how this
is it acting like it can't understand us?
the Ettercap doesn't seems to maybe understand, but it doesn't appear. I'm gonna, based on what I'm seeing here, is not going to verbalize, engage in any kind of communication. Let's see.
Grimpella wants to take, half of an egg out of one of her jars and just set it in the corner for her.
Okay.
Maybe she's hungry.
I guess you can make a charisma check on that.
I'm really bad at charisma.
All right, but you leave a pickled egg in the corner. So now, Burkhouse, is there anything you want to do? You found the hidden niche. Was there anything else you wanted to do in here?
Does that horn look more decorative or like functional?
It looks like it is a silver inlaid horn. It doesn't appear to have. I think it's more decorative, essentially.
So you're gonna try to blow it.
I think it is not necessarily a musical horn. It is a shape of a bull.
Oh, bull. Okay.
The bullhorn.
Yes,
Okay.
but yes, I could see how that interpretation could crop up.
Yep. I guess I'm gonna check out this door if they're dealing with the Ettercap.
Okay.
Do you
So-
like her?
All right. And so I'm going to dispatch with a curious cat here. One moment. He's about to take a nap on my mouse. So,
Well,
Uh,
I have one laying on my keyboard, so
yes. All right. So moving on. So when you check out this other door, and I don't know if you'll hear any thunderstorms, but it just started storming again.
oh
Yep.
yeah, it's storming hard over here.
Yes.
That's all right. We're supposed to get hail, like golf ball size hail tonight too.
Lovely.
Oh, all right. So
That's not
when you open the door, you see a hallway that veers off to
Oh,
the
Oh,
okay.
that
Alright.
looks very exciting to Grimpella.
Yes. Now, Grimpella, you've just dropped off the pickled egg. Is there anything you wish to do at
I
this
will
point?
walk away because she feels as though it's just not going to come down.
Okay.
But I want it to know I wasn't trying to hurt it, so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's yeah, it continues to hang out there. How about you, Kildare? What are you doing?
Trying to get back into Roll20.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
I'll just follow along with the party if somebody wants to move me.
Okay.
Yeah, we move you.
While I'm
All right.
I guess we're gonna go this way and not bother where the Ettercap was going to, I guess.
Well, I don't think it's going to come down and eat, and it looks like this door, it was just an escape route for it. I'm sure if she was in this corner, she would have headed to this door just to get away, you know?
Or maybe trying to summon others of its kind. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I
we
guess
left one
doesn't
egg.
seem hostile. Doesn't seem hostile. We left food
No.
for
Yeah.
Why do you
Right,
have
so
to be
it's-
so mean to the creature?
because creatures have been mean to me. All right. I guess Burkcast is gonna move forward, I guess, to
Yeah. Okay. So
here
you're
and
Rapella
forward.
will hand you the torch so that you're not in the darkness while you're moving forward.
Okay.
yes, and you have 46 minutes on the torch. So moving along down this hallway, it opens up into a chamber that's probably about 50 feet by 50 feet.
He's gonna stick the horn in his backpack, by the way.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I do show the others I found something.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shiny, pretty.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys can discuss the lovely decorative silver horn. In here, it's a 50 by 50 chamber. You
Oh,
see
these are like-
in corners various terracotta jars, fat and rounded, various heights. The scent of sulfur is in the air,
Oh,
and you
okay.
hear an occasional faint squeak and hiss. And you see a door to the south,
in the passage.
and it looks like there are see, as you search around, again, there's a passage straight ahead that you could go into as well. And yeah, so if you tell me what you'd like to do.
Where's the squeak and hiss coming from?
So if you follow the sound, there's you think they come from some of the jars here and there, and it comes from different directions. There's a number of jars. You probably see about 20 jars in the corners. And if you approach the one nearest to you, it looks like these are sealed with it looks like wax and cork. There are images on stamped with it shows people carving wheat with scythes. And so let's see, do they have
You said
so
you can smell sulfur.
yes. So yeah, you can tell me how you approach some of these. If you want to try to open some of these jars, or what do you want to do?
You should have got a 10-foot pole.
I do have 10-foot poles.
Oh.
Do you need a 10-foot pole?
Yeah. I think we should like poke a jar with a 10-foot pole and see what happens from 10 feet away.
I toss you a 10-foot pole.
You've been carrying a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, I think I have one in Grumpella. Each of my characters had a 10-foot pole.
Oh, yep, pole, 10 foot. You
Yep.
sure
All right,
enough?
well now I have it.
Okay, so you want to strike one of these jars? Is that what you're doing, or you want to like poke like you're playing pool or something like that to poke it to break it, or are you trying to break the lid, or?
Yeah, I just probably the one in the corner here. Just
Okay.
kind of poke it and see what happens.
Okay. So I guess depending on how gentle are you? Are you trying to break it, or just
First, I'm
a
just
gentle
tapping
try?
it. Just a gentle tap.
Okay. A gentle tap. Make a strength check.
Uh-oh. Tapping with all your might.
Okay. So you intend for a gentle tap. you do strike it a little. It's not as gentle as you'd like it to be. And let's see. You it does cause the jar to shatter, and now due to a gas buildup. But you're 10 feet away. 10 feet away. Let me check and see if there is a if there was a few jars nearby. See if they're damaged. It looks like it did not cause any of the other jars to burst, fortunately. But what you do see, of course, the smell of sulfur is stronger from near that jar. And it's like of course, you manage to, you don't get from your distance, if all of you are, I'm assuming you all were keeping over 10 feet away, none of you get harmed by that. But you see, it's like a black mush was inside. It seems to be kind of now splattered on the floor and the environment and on some of the other jars. So
Anything in the mush?
and let's see, in this one, yes, you managed to within here, or and maybe slightly at the bottom of this, it didn't explode itself or run away. You find an ivory egg shot with gray veins.
Mm-hmm.
Like a real egg, not a.
Yes.
Perhaps we should crack it so it doesn't come to life.
You got the pole, Kelder.
Yeah.
Any way to we can identify what kind of egg this is?
I guess make an intelligence check.
Somebody smarter than me, I hope.
I don't know. Hold on.
Was what any of you have some kind of advantage and knowledge about nature or animals or something like that based on your
Grimpella might,
Grimpella.
but
No.
not with a 1.
Huh.
Burke has.
So you guys say it's an egg. It's a very interesting looking egg with gray veins. So
I haven't taken a look at it. Can I take a
I
look
guess
at
all you know for sure is it's not like the common chicken eggs that you might have encountered in your village's farms.
Okay.
I think Grimpella was more excited about the black mush than the egg.
Yeah.
Does
No, these things
Burkhouse any have any idea what this is?
it? Burke has to take a look at it. We should walk over there with the light and take a look, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Nope.
We didn't have the light over
My
there.
gosh.
Yeah, it's you're not sure what the egg is. It definitely doesn't seem like anything you've seen before.
But if there's hissing and stuff in the other ones, I don't think it's a good idea.
Was that hissing like an animal hissing, or more like the gas escaping from the seals?
It's gas.
Okay.
Essentially, given that, I mean, I think the way the scent of sulfur increased when you and it kind of exploded open a little bit. It's the buildup of gas.
Oh, you want to step back and just systematically break open each one from a distance?
I mean, why are we going to collect these eggs and take them back to town?
Yeah.
Why?
Okay.
Have some pet monsters.
Do they seem like fragile? The eggs, or do they seem?
The egg, does it seem fragile? Let's see if there's if I can get some more information on that.
We all have no idea what it is, but you want to take them back.
See if there's
Grimpella just wants to crack one open and see what's inside.
So I don't, so it doesn't seem it probably has some degree of fragility. It's not like it's a stone egg. So I imagine that it's maybe it's yeah, I think it's I don't know if it's let me see if it's um it could be something that might hatch, but it's it's hard to say how long that's been sealed and how it's preserved. So
Bella wants to take that 10-foot pole and smack the egg and see what happens.
Okay.
I'm gonna systematically like topple all the other pots from 10 feet away.
okay.
Which is
One at a
fine. She just
time.
wants to crack the egg and find out what the heck it is.
Do you have your own
Granted,
10-foot
she's
pole?
not good at this, so she's really not good at it, but
Okay, so you guys start yeah, so you if you start to try to break open the jars in this way, they do burst open. So you do one more and it bursts open. Is it in the same area or did you go pick another corner?
I would just go down the line.
Okay. The third one you break open.
Uh-oh. And froze.
Cliffhanger.
uh-oh. You hit it really hard that you knocked in.
All right, so Kildare, as you're breaking open some of the jars one by one, the third one that you bust open in this corner where there's roughly 5 jars. There were 5, so there were 2 that have been broken. The first one, you found the egg. The second one, it broke open with a bit of a pop, but not a nasty explosion, and more black ooze, but no egg. The third one that you tapped open did actually explode a little bit more forcibly and broke the other jars and creating a chain reaction of explosions. So make dexterity checks all.
Oh no.
Oh, all of us?
Yes, if unless one of you specifically wandered off separate, but if you're
Well,
all
Burkaz is over here, but
okay, Burkaz, you're a little farther away. So
yeah.
so
You
basically
finally picked a skill Grimbella's good at.
yeah. Ooh, there we go.
Just step out of the way.
So all of you, Kildare, you go ahead and roll a d4. You take 2 points of damage from some flying terracotta debris with the and of course it's got a little black ooze on it, and it just seems like it's a decomposed matter of some sort. It doesn't. It's it's bad enough it's sulfur, but it's but it easily could have been some foodstuffs that have just decomposed into a dark mush. Maybe it was used to make you make some ale at some point. But
was the egg destroyed?
the egg, you guys destroyed the egg too. You guys tried to break open the egg. That's where we left off.
No,
Well,
no. Was the egg
Grimbella
destroyed in
wanted
the
to,
explosion? Was the egg
Okay.
destroyed in the explosion?
I presumed you had carried the egg.
Oh, out. Okay.
Yeah, but did you leave it there? I misunderstood.
No, we were examining the egg, and then
Yeah. So yeah, I haven't I assumed that you would pick the egg up and maybe you're still examining it, but if you left it back, then it likely would have been destroyed. But if you have it with you, it's probably not destroyed.
Well, I think Grimpella was examining it, so
yeah, she was going to break it, and then Culver was just knocking all the things over.
Okay. All right. So that is so anyway, anything else? So that was Kildare's action. Burkaz, do you want to do anything else? Explore
He's
anything
gonna
else?
come here and check out the door, listen, and
Okay. So as you approach the door, and you have the torch now?
Yeah, I have the torch.
Okay, and I will, I'm gonna give you guys, I think that it probably timed off an extra 2 minutes, so I haven't started up the torch counter yet. We'll just give it a few more seconds and then we'll start it up again. But
Mhm.
as you approach the south door, you see a carving in common language. It says RIP, or in the younger. But otherwise, the door is there. And
Oh,
actually, we'll say that the egg is somewhat hardy, like a preserved egg. It's not so fragile upon further inspection.
okay.
So if you could carry it with you if you so wanted.
Oh, it could be treasure. Maybe we could show it to the innkeeper and maybe they know what kind of egg it is.
Yeah.
Can
Or
I
it's like
combine,
thousand year egg pickled.
Yeah.
can I combine my jars of eggs and put this one in one of the jars that I empty?
You probably could. You could probably reorganize that and keep
Oh,
it.
I go, Grimpella, there's a dead person in here. All right, so
A real
Burkaz is
dead
gonna,
person?
I don't know. Burkaz is gonna open the door.
Okay. All right.
I'm trying to go like left. Right. Left.
Okay. So now, Grimpella, was there you were sorting out the egg. Kildare, anything you want to do after continue to break pots or follow the party?
Just follow the party.
Okay. All right. And so, Burkaz, you opening the door?
Yes.
Okay. So you open the door, and you this is here. So let me go ahead and reveal this. So in here, as you poke in, you're going to come across a statue right away, and this is so what you see in front
Are
of
you
you.
gonna run in front? Amy?
So as soon as
Oh,
you
if I
come,
stand there, I'm in the way.
yeah, so right here, this star, this is a large 10-foot tall bronze bull statue,
Ooh,
but the head and the horns are smashed deeply into a cracked wall, likely right here.
okay.
In between the bull and the bull head and the wall is a body that is pinned between it. So yes, so Burkaz, you just opened the door, and presumably you moved past the bull on the other
Yeah,
side. Is that your
I'll go
action?
to here. I'll go to here. Yeah.
Okay, and
And
then
check out, oh, a body.
yeah, Grimpella, you come in as well. And what is there anything in particular you want to do?
I would like to call the dead, claim the undead.
Okay, it's not undead; it's a dead body.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. So it's not animated or anything.
Yeah, it's not like you can
Yeah.
reanimate it. I think
I
there
do
would
have a
be,
spell that can do that, though.
Oh,
yeah,
do you really?
raise the dead. If there's a spell that you
I
have,
have
and I've
a
started.
mostly intact corpse that you touch raises it to a lesser skeleton that I can control as my undead minion.
What was the first part you mentioned?
I'll post it.
Um, say,
Now that is a spell.
okay.
Is the body right here?
It is pinned
says here-
to the
like
wall. It is pinned to the wall right here by bullhorns. So you can so with the spell, it looks like a mostly intact corpse. So this is it is you can tell it's a human man in chainmail and a helm, and there's a bastard sword and a shield that is splintered. And
Oh, the
got,
bastard sword's destroyed.
it looks like the sword is fine. The shield is
Yeah.
splintered. He's got you can see I think so Kildare, so you take a look, and you're trying to raise
Well, I think can we well, since it says this can Crumpella let us know what she wants to do.
yeah.
Do you, Amy?
Grappella, did you want to use that spell?
I do.
Okay.
You don't want to move the bull first or try to move the bull first?
It doesn't matter. He's not going to be alive.
Yeah,
I'm
but
more worried
but then
about
it's gonna
the
be
bull
stuck. It's gonna be
moving.
stuck.
Look, how did this bull pin this guy to the?
I
It
don't
was
know.
probably alive. But Grimbella
Is there like a
only
track on the
has
ground?
she only has a 7 strength -2.
Is there like a track on the ground that maybe this
Any scratches?
statue?
Or
No
anything
track. No, there's no track.
Indicate movement.
Is there a way to move this bull statue? Can we push it?
So you can go ahead and try make a strength check to see if you can move the statue. It
If we
looks
try
like
together, how does that work?
what was that?
We
If we
try together.
try it
Yeah.
together, how does that work?
We'll give you an advantage on
All
that.
right. What's your
on that shared
strength,
attempt.
Kildare?
Yeah.
14.
Go you. I'll help you.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you can, we'll let you roll advantage.
Oh my goodness. Roll 20
So,
is continuing to
you-
hate me tonight.
Yep. So, looks like right now maybe the angle at which, there's not a lot, there's 20 feet in here, but it's a big 10-foot tall bronze statue. It's pretty towering and heavy. Looks like you couldn't get the right leverage to move this away from the wall.
Yeah. I just because if Grimpella wants to animate it, we don't want it stuck to the wall and tear itself.
Yeah.
It would have to tear itself free. So. All right. I guess does a bastard sword look nice, or is it rusted, or?
So it looks like it is actually it's not too old. The body isn't seems like it's been dead for several days, so there's some decomposition.
Okay.
But there's a dark green cloak, not that it was wearing, so it's also pinned. The helm, let's see. It looks like it's probably the helm might be intact. Of course, the chainmail around the torso is impaled, is pinned by the bull. But to the I guess there is a backpack that's nearby.
Okay. Could check that out.
And you find a torch.
Oh.
You find 10 pythons, 60-foot rope, a withered apple, and a silver locket with a painting of a smiling red-haired woman.
Oh.
Okay.
What
Well,
if we took the rope and pulled it around the bull? Could we all pull at the same time and try and pull it out?
yeah, let's try doing that with that rope.
Okay.
I mean, I suck at strength, but I'm willing to give it a try.
Yeah, maybe have Kelder, you take the lead again and we'll help out.
Okay. Yeah, and you're wrapping around and you're probably moving back a distance.
Yeah, we'll probably try to pull it this way. Pull it this way
Okay.
to the back down the corridor. Okay.
Alright.
So I'm going to let you guys be successful at that.
Okay.
And so you notice that there's an emerald that is shattered that kind of falls from the bull's head when it falls to the ground off to the side when you pull it down. But there's at least some significant pieces of it that probably could pose some value, because someone could probably, a jeweler you might be able to sell that, and someone could make a jewel out of it.
That'd be
Okay.
fun. So now that the bull is moved, can I cast my spell?
Yes, and let me find, so it is a lesser skeleton, so let's see.
I hand the bastard sword to Kelder.
Okay.
You're muted.
I already have a bastard sword.
I know, but what if this is a nicer bastard sword?
Oh, okay. Is it nicer than the one I got?
I won't cast it till you tell me to, though.
Okay.
Yeah, because you got to roll to cast in this game, right? I love it. I love that. We actually
Yeah.
have to make a successful casting roll
I do,
in this
but
game.
she was looking something up, and it lasts for 10 rounds.
10 rounds? Wow, that's not very
Yeah.
good.
Okay. All right. So you have
I have a suggestion. How long does it take to cast?
Should be instant.
it should be one action. You have to make a DC check there. When you make a spell casting roll, it's going to be, the difficulty level is 10 plus a spell level, which Is that a level 1 spell? I
Yeah.
presume so. It's a DC 11.
Yeah, when you
How
If
do
you
I
cast-
roll a DC
If you
11?
cast it now and we wander around for 10 rounds, it'll wear off.
yeah, it's not really worth.
Would
Is
you-
it 10 rounds or 10 hours?
10 rounds, but it
Oh.
fights on our behalf.
Well, I would wait then. We're not fighting anything.
Um,
I was actually wondering about carrying the dead guy, like slinging the dead guy over my shoulder.
yeah, it's going to be a
We need
wisdom.
him.
Yeah.
It's when you do cast a spell, when you decide to do it, Gripel, it's going to be an intelligence check. And so you roll a d20 and you add your intelligence modifier, and you're going to have to beat an 11. So you've got, a little less than 50% chance of it being successful.
But it's
Yeah.
better than nothing.
Yeah, but if it's only last 10 rounds, it's not worth it right now.
All right, then I'll
But
strip what
Kelder's
we can off of him.
yeah, Kelder's willing to carry the body, so then we can throw it on the ground when it comes time and you can use it.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I mean,
So
in case
Kelder-
we need it.
Yeah, Kelder had asked if the bastard sword is nicer than the one that he has.
So it is, you have just a standard bastard sword.
Yeah.
So it is equivalent.
Okay. Is the armor no good?
Except for the helm, right? Everything's trashed.
So I think the probably the if there's chainmail, I guess pants, those might still work. I think I am interpreting that the chest was damaged. So I suppose it's probably a little. I guess if it's been several days, the corpse is maybe somewhat fluids have dissipated to some extent. But I imagine there's some bugs that have eaten away at the corpse by now, but it might be a little gross to carry. I'm not sure on
But
decomposition.
you know what? If this is recent, then it's probably an adventure. So even if we carry the corpse back, so Burkaz is like thinking, we've done pretty well and we've been very lucky. And look, we have emeralds and a silver locket and a big silver horn. Maybe there's a reward and perhaps this person might be missed. And it shows a little picture of the redheaded woman. We should just go back to town and, live off of this and then come back. Well, also because out of character, there's 20 minutes left. So,
I
let's
think that's a good idea to kind of take what we got, go back to town.
Well,
And then
Gripella
pursue
wants to take the green cloak because it would really match her outfit.
Yeah, we'll take all this stuff and hold it and borrow it if this belongs to this person or whatever.
I'm
Okay.
assuming a helmet for a human isn't going to fit on my dragonborn head with my horns and ridges and.
No, but we could.
Yeah.
I definitely think we should take the body because if this is it's not an ancient. It's a decomposing body, and this person, like I showed the locket again, might be missed. But these emeralds and this horn, that could be worth something. The silver horn that I got. And the egg.
Is
We
there
found some
anything
treasure.
else left on the bull statue that we could take that's valuable?
No, nothing else that you can see. It appears to let me double check and
And then we can
if
also
there's some
examine the rest of this room, maybe.
extra
Yeah, I'm
detail that
assuming
we
I've already
can
moved down here. Yeah.
that we can come up with here. Let's see.
I mean, Grimpella was hoping for a crown because
Yeah.
her father's crown just doesn't match his outfit.
Okay. Let's see if there's any
Well, if we sell this silver horn, you could melt it down and fashion it
Yeah.
into a crown.
Okay.
We could have a helmet with one horn in it.
Um,
And my
so-
father can look like a unicorn.
Or a,
So it appears that you don't see any useful function that you can tell of the bull. But it seems to have you're not sure exactly what happened because it appears to be a sculpted bull sculpture, a statue. So it's
It wasn't just like leaned into the wall. It looked like it charged him. Was it like crouched in a?
yes,
that's freaky.
yeah.
It's probably a magical statue that's going to
There's some way that it moves. It gets animated.
I know. I don't. Well, but the emeralds came from the bull statue, right? Like its
Yes, and
eyes.
it was a shattered emerald, but it broke down in some chunks. So
So
it has
maybe
like
maybe
you
the
can
emerald
still,
powered it.
yeah, there's probably some dust, some emerald dust here and there, but there's some remaining pieces of this
Pieces.
emerald that function.
Is
That's
that
kind
its
of
eye?
It was I presume it could have been either at the throat or the eye. Let's see. Oh, forehead. It was embedded in the forehead.
no. So maybe this dying action, this knight shattered the emerald while he was impaled.
Yeah.
So I do want to check the rest of this room for
Okay.
posterity.
The rest of the room, that is the biggest action in this room. So you found the backpack, the body, and there's nothing else. Maybe some dust in this room, but nothing else to see.
Is there
So
anything
do I
in
think
the
this guy?
backpack?
Yes, there's the locket, the rope that we used, uh, you know, withered apple,
Heightens.
pythons.
So
Yeah,
All right.
we could take the backpack with us too.
yeah, just take the backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to
So-
try to go ahead?
Yeah, I think we should try to get out of here because we still have like random encounters.
Yeah. Okay.
It'll take us the whole rest of the day, and then we might run into something. But we've got some treasure, and we could come back. Mark.
Yeah. So
Mark
you wish
this-
to go ahead and you want to leave the Citadel right now and get back to town?
Yeah, and come back
Yeah.
at a later date. I think
Okay.
that's very, very old school in my opinion. We survived.
Yep.
Right.
And I would say you made it. This was 40 minutes. This was a pretty good, 40 minutes of torch. You still have 20 minutes of torch left. So if you guys, I presume you guys backtrack
Yeah.
out of there and
Maybe leave the withered apple for the Ettercap.
Well, I left her an egg, so I would want to see if she actually ate the egg.
This isn't an eder. It's not an ettercap. Oh, you said it's a pickled egg. So whatever it is, it's been pickled.
okay. All right. So as you get back out of this room and head back to you head back from where you came. When you get to the chamber with the columns, the 8 columns in there, you you encounter
Uh-oh.
actually a skeleton that is kind of approaching from the opposite side.
From here, from out this door.
Yeah, it was coming from this direction. So as you walk through, you just see a skeleton that's kind of just shambling slowly towards you. Yeah, what do you wish to do?
Do you want to control it?
Well, I mean, if it's considered undead,
Yes.
Mhm.
then I would like to call it
Okay, you
using
want
my
that
claim undead.
undead companion or something like that?
Claim undead? Yeah.
Okay.
I can cast it, well, not cast it, but put it over here.
Yeah, I guess it's a charisma check. Or your spell casting versus its charisma.
It's
it's
a
a
spell
DC.
or is it ability?
It's not, Carl, it's not a spell.
Yeah.
I know, but you still got to roll against its charisma. So.
Yeah.
Let me double check the level of it.
It says make a DC 12 charisma check to resist undead. I don't know what I do.
Undead. Okay, here I'll roll that. One moment. Let's see. So it definitely doesn't make the charisma check.
Nice.
So it is does it have a standard? You actually what's interesting, okay, it turns out it's a level 2. It's a LB2. So you're level 1. So you actually try to claim it and you cannot.
Oh, that's okay. Well, I'll
So
wave
now
at it and say hello.
now it's approaching you, and it has a short sword. It looks like it could have been a former adventurer. So now we've got 14 minutes left, but you have an option. Do you want to try to evade the skeleton and just leave? See if it chases you out of the Citadel, or you want to try to
Kill
fight
it.
Destroy it.
Okay.
Burkaz is going to try to turn it.
Destroy it.
Okay.
Bella's gonna leave out this door because she doesn't want to see what's gonna happen because she doesn't mind the undead.
Okay. So you're gonna try to turn it. Here we go. So
Yeah, it's a
with
spell.
so it
do we
needs to
roll
make
initiative or do we?
so yeah, go ahead and roll initiative, and we'll handle this in combat order. So let me get the
Oh, you
turn
need me?
tracker.
Do you need
I
me
got
to roll
I
initiative?
got bumped out of roll 20 again. Give me a minute to get back in
All right.
there.
Yeah, you should probably roll initiative, Amy. Oh, good. Click on your token, I think, and roll initiative,
We got
just in case. You have to come save us.
yeah.
Well, I clicked it, but that doesn't mean anything normally.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, there we go. It's a population. Somehow Burke has got 2, but I see the 14, so we're gonna go with that.
Yeah. No, the second one was Grimpella, the 18,
yeah.
17.
From Pella.
Okay, and so we'll give Kildare a chance to get roll 20 up and back at it.
Do you need a skeleton token?
So we will let me see. Do I have we will I will go ahead and just draw a shape here. We'll just go ahead and draw an ellipse, and that will be the skeleton token at this
Okay.
point.
Okay.
I need to populate this with some other icons and didn't. So with that,
I'm gonna throw this in the chat. Can I do that on my turn? Because it doesn't say that anything about the level, but if I touch him with my Sith and run,
oh,
that's how I can, because it says you touch. I can touch him with my hand or I can touch him with my Sith.
okay, all
And
right.
if I use
So
my Sith, I get a +1 to my spell casting.
okay. So you target you touch with the scythe becomes exhausted during its next turn, giving it a disadvantage on attacks. So this is an ability or a spell?
This is a spell.
Okay, so you now need to make this is a since you're doing this is a magic spell, not a kind of priest spell, right? So you're gonna make an intelligence check. And it's your DC was going to be 11, and it looks like you failed it. So so you're not successful.
So do I get do I get a +1 to make it 17? Because it says that I get a
it's a-
+1.
It's a
the
4.
first-
It's a you
4.
got a 5.
Oh, it's-
Whatever your initiative whatever your intelligence bonus is, but the check was 4. So it looks like, and let me
That's weird.
double check the Grave Warden's spell. Is that considered is it like a priest type spell or a wizard type spell? Let's
Such
see.
a fatigue.
These are
Very confusing, so I don't know. Can't help
yeah.
it.
Let's see. Let me see.
Yeah,
if
you can actually click on the cast for the spell,
yeah.
and it'll do that stuff. But it
Yeah.
is intelligence. She doesn't
Okay,
get a
good.
bonus.
Yeah. So, yep. So, now did Kildare, did you make it back in?
Yeah.
If you have you had a chance to roll initiative and populate it, we'll add to the, let me add you to the turn tracker.
You rolled a 17.
He rolled a 17 there.
Same as me. So I already went. So
Oh, there it is. Okay, I needed to scroll down. Got it. So we'll put populate.
But you actually moved up to it and touched it?
me?
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
did
but
you
it
cast
doesn't
and then
go
move up?
off. Well, I can touch him with my Sith, and then I was
Oh.
gonna run.
Yeah, but the spell was not successful. So that was your action. So you moved up to it and touched it with your Sith, and nothing happened. So with that, we will move to Kildare.
Mhm.
BJ.
So Shadowdark doesn't let you complete a movement afterwards like D&D.
Well, okay.
I think you're moving from near to
See.
close. So
Can you move me up to the skeleton?
yeah. Uh-oh, you can't control. That's interesting. You should have control of that's interesting. But you're near the skeleton now. What do you wish to do?
He's frozen again.
Too bad he can't flank.
Oh no. Well, this is
Can you guys
Yeah.
hear me okay?
Yeah,
yeah,
we
we
can.
can hear you. Yeah, okay, you're back.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm having some internet connectivity issues and everything keeps freezing up on me.
Okay. Well, this
I'm gonna, if I can just get my character sheet open, I'll let me see if I can do it through the app.
And if you have visibility of the character sheet, you can just make rolls if you have dice at your desk, and we can adjudicate this the old-fashioned way.
Yep. Here's Kildare. Wow, he's got a lot of stuff. You can see Kildare has a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
See if that works.
Okay. So you hit
Bunch.
armor class. So that was attack. Oh, so 6 to hit. So you miss. You try to swing at the skeleton. It manages to you manage to hit between the
Did
bones.
that add all my stuff when I rolled from the app?
So I see it. It
No.
may not be. Maybe it's not adding bonuses because I see it 6 + 0 + 0. So maybe
It should have been a 6 + 3.
9. Yeah.
9. Okay, still not sufficient. So,
Okay.
but that's interesting to note. Yeah, it's not adding. It looks like maybe it's not adding in bonuses.
Okay.
So that's a miss. So I need to add this. I will add the skeleton. We'll add I'll roll initiative for the skeleton. Forgot to do that. The skeleton is going at 14 along with and what's your dexterity, Burkez?
There's a -1.
Okay, so it actually will hit before you. So
Or
it's going
attack.
to attempt to attack you. And it will
Burkaz? It's gonna move through those guys.
it will so it's gonna try. No, I guess it can't get to you. That's right. But it will try to attack Kildare. And Kildare looks a bit more intimidating. So let's see about this. So this is it misses you for sure. So its attempt at attack is a bust. So Burkaz, you get to go now.
I'm going to try to turn it.
Okay, and so now it needs to make that charisma check.
No, I have to cast it. It's a spell.
Okay.
Which I fail unless no, yeah, failed.
Okay.
God, these casting rolls are awful. Okay.
So casting is okay.
Yeah, so it gives you the DC. I like the button gives you the DC, and then I rolled a 7. I don't get advantage, so.
Okay, if a creature fails by 10 plus points and is equal to or less than your level, it is
Destroyed. I have to cast the spell first, though.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, and you got a 7 and 11. Okay, that's unfortunate. All right.
If that doesn't work, then I'm gonna move.
Yeah.
Towards how far can we move?
So you can move. I'm going to say that you are near and not close. Within close being like within melee range.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say you can move from near to close.
I'll move up to here then to fight with it.
Okay.
With my companions, I am
All right.
lawful.
All right. So that's your turn.
Yeah.
And so now it's back to Grimpella.
I think she really sucks at everything. Let's see here. She's got
You attack it with their scythe.
her scythe, yeah. So I'll just roll scythe and see what happens.
Okay.
Well,
Okay. So this it looks like it does have an attack bonus here in this case. So it went with a well, that's interesting. Oh, it's a 14 + 2 - 2. You have a
Yes, because my strength is -2, but then using my Sith is +2 for me.
okay, but that's interesting because it
so it
looks
should
like
be a 12. Yeah, put a minus and a minus.
oh, so it's these we'll maybe have to just use. There's some bugs in this formula here.
Well, when it put in strength plus, it had me put in -2. Should I just take that off?
Well, no, it looks like you rolled a 14
So it
Oh,
should be a
plus 2 minus
12.
2,
Yep.
so it should be 16 minus 2, so it should be a total of 14.
okay.
Oh
Oh,
wait,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
I see. What I'm not seeing was it was -4, so it's 14 minus 4. There's two negatives. There's no plus. It was a
Oh,
plus a -2 and plus a
Oh.
-2.
I know what she probably did. Let me look at the character. It looks like what she did. If you use strength, you don't need to put anything. So
Oh, okay, so put a 0.
yeah,
I
so it'd
put
be a
in the
0. So
-2
she got a
because
12.
they're-
Yeah, she got a 12 total.
Okay, so that you just miss the
Dang.
skeleton. So close, but no cigar. So do you want to stay where you're at or make another move to get either farther from it or maybe flank or something like that?
I will flank over here. Because
Okay.
I'm just going around him, but it won't let me
Yeah.
stay in boxes.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Okay, so then Kildare.
DJ.
Oh, he froze again?
Yeah.
I can hear you, but
Do
Okay.
you want me to? You can just roll. Yeah, just roll. I'll open Kildare to show everyone. So Kildare gets it's gonna be +3. Yeah, you don't need to add that. Okay.
Okay.
can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I
Yep,
can
we
hear you.
Yeah, just roll the one-handed
Bastard sword.
fire
Fire.
Firebot. Okay.
firebond bastard. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, very nice.
I rolled a 20, but not natural.
Yes. All right. So 8 points of damage to the skeleton. All right. So you have done some bones go flying. The skeleton still seems to be animated, but nice hit. Do you wish to move at all or stay where you're at?
And I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay. All right, Burkaz.
Okay, I'm gonna try to smash it with my mace this time, since
Yes.
the spell did not work. 14.
That's a hit.
6 points of damage.
And you kill it. Now, technically, I think it was supposed to go just before you did.
You can have it attack somebody.
Let me see if it actually would have hit you. No.
Nope.
So you're solid. The skeleton is now destroyed. So
Okay.
so you're out of combat now at this moment. So you guys can you still have your gear. Were you carrying the body out the poor human adventurer? Or?
Yes, I think right, right? BJ, you're carrying the body.
Yeah.
Okay.
He probably set it down to attack the
So-
skeleton. But
Yeah.
Now with your strength, does a body count as one gear slot? It seems like it'd be pretty unwieldy to carry it by all the way back to a day's walk. So are you going to fashion some sort of maybe stretcher or something to help carry the body? Or
I think
we
so.
can. Yeah, we have these bones and we have rope, so we can make like a travois with
Yeah.
these bones.
Okay.
I think.
well, Grimpella will say, "Why don't you use the cape?
Oh yeah. I guess we could use the cape.
Oh,
She'll
yeah.
take it off."
Okay.
And-
So
But
you
when
guys
we
will
get there, I want
fashion-
the cape back. Just don't
Yeah.
ruin it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll presume maybe some of the organs might have been consumed by now, maybe by other roving creatures.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a little lighter than a human corpse, typical human corpse. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and you guys will probably have difficult terrain, and but you guys will now exit the citadel. It's
Yeah.
still late morning because you spent less than an hour in there, and the torch, if you blow it out when you leave the citadel, you have 3 minutes left on it.
Woohoo!
So maybe you want to make use of that torch for a few minutes, and if you need to, unless it takes up a slot and you need to get rid of it. But
Just get rid of it.
That doesn't matter.
so with that, you guys head back to town.
Yeah.
And see, during your travels, you actually, if you decide to do this without any, maybe you take some breaks here and there, but there's no encounter, so you guys make it back to town.
Nice. Okay.
So you are back to town safely. You have some goods. We can we can resolve the sale of those next session if you want to do part 2 to this and finish off the Citadel.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, we
that'd
can. I like going back and forth. That's good. I'd like to find out. I mean, and then maybe we could find out the history of this person, and at least we want to see if anyone knows who he is, and
Mhm.
kind of thing.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, you can see that's some other options there. So
Cool.
yeah. Well, thank you very much for playing. We
Thank
had
you
some
for
storm
running.
interruptions and things like that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Well, thank you for running, Ann. I think it was
It's
cool.
appropriate to have a rainstorm during a Shadowdark encounter.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
And it's
So-
not even a Friday the 13th.
Well, it's great. So we got to see a little bit of combat. We did the exploration stuff. I always like the role playing. But I definitely what I appreciate is the old definitely an old school feel. I kind of do like the that we're kind of a timer, that we're timed in a way
Yeah.
to get out in and out.
Mhm.
I like that.
Yeah.
So let's be efficient when we're exploring the dungeon. And I feel I did the old school thing where we find some loot and then we get out before anything bad happens.
Yep.
So,
Yes.
so
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I was explaining to somebody the other day about because some of the kids I'm playing with it, at some point old school D&D becomes a smash and grab. You like you turn a corner and you see something, you're like, there's no way we're gonna fight that thing. Grab all the gold that you can grab and run.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, how does experience work in this game? How do we does it? Oh, you get from treasure and boons. Okay, treasure
Yes.
and boons. Okay.
Yeah. So and I'll factor in and see what experience you did get from those treasures you
Yeah, we got
you gathered up.
the silver horn, the pieces of emerald, the
Yeah.
silver locket. I think I don't know if it counts as treasure or not because we would give it back.
So yeah, it will depend. It does have it turns out it does have metagame, it has value, but
yeah, sure. But it might be, I mean, meaningful.
But they might give us a reward for turning it back too.
Well, and for bringing the body back, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
I mean, my character is lawful, so I think that's the right thing to do. Don't let this guy, especially if they're undead in this place, then I don't want this man to have turned into an undead thing.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, Anne. It was really fun to do, and I think I do enjoy Shadowdark. I have to look into it more to run some.
No,
I think.
I
use it.
enjoy it. It's got several adventures, so yeah, I really like the layout, and I think it was well done.
So did Arcane Library, so written by Kelsey Dion, by the way, for our
Yes.
listeners. So does it have like its own world? Or is it just like generic or?
So it's I guess it's I think it has the potential to have its own world, right? So far there's I think some the members of the community are creating content for it. Of course the zines that the Kickstarter came with, and we use the quick start. So the quick start has this little adventure, and I think it's up to the GM to take an opportunity at this point to create some of the trappings around this world. So I just created this town, and I haven't begun to maybe flesh out the world around this little town I built nearby the
Cool.
Citadel. So
All right. Well, again, thank you very much, Anne, for running.
yes, and I'll send you a link for some resources that we discussed earlier for character sheet info and whatnot. So,
Right. Other players, you guys have some comments or?
Well,
thought
I've never played a tree person before.
yeah.
And you, BJ?
I haven't ever played a tree person either. No, I thought that was a lot of fun. I hope we get a chance to finish this adventure at some point. And I kind of feel like this has some modern D20 system sensibilities about it, but it definitely has more of a old school or original to basic D&D feel with its kind of simplicity and straightforwardness.
Mhm.
And kind of thumbing through the zines in the book, yeah, it's sort of this. They give you pieces to put together however you want to kind of build your own setting and fill in the blanks. Pick and choose what you want to include, but it's got your basic sword and sorcery theme here, but these cursed scroll zines give you a kind of a theme of expansion. Like the first one is kind of diabolical stuff, which could probably get you a little more even farther into dark fantasy. The second one is it's called Red Sands, so you could get like some Alkadim or
Mhm.
Dark
Okay.
Sun style stuff going. And then the last one, the newest one, the third is the Midnight Sun, which is Nordic themed.
Oh, very cool.
Viking stuff in there as well. So it's kind of, it reminds me of kind of if you bought the basic set back in the day and then you started collecting the Gazetteers
Mhm.
as they started to flesh out Mistar. It feels like the early days of that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you feel like how compatible is it with other I guess systems? Like could you run older products or even 5e products?
I think you could. I think I think you can maybe leverage some of the existing monsters and some of those stats and kind of fake it till you make it in terms of, the rule system's light enough that I think you could probably accommodate different systems and content if you want different plot lines. Right.
Yep. Cool. Well, thank you so much, Anne, again for running. And I think with that, we'll say good night and good rolling.
All right. Thanks very much. Good night, all.
Good night. Thank you, Anne.
Bye.
All right. Bye. All.
Bye-bye.